Okay, so now we are going to start a snap interview of mathematics for our student Madhumita, and she has got interview call from Bioscience and Bioengineering IISC Bangalore. So Madhumita, first of all,
Yes.
congratulations for your interview call.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so you are from biotechnology background.
Yes, sir.
So you have studied some mathematics.
Yes, for 3 semesters, I have had mathematics.
Okay, so can you tell us what subjects of mathematics you have studied?
We have done linear algebra,
Okay,
probability statistics a little bit, and we also have differential equations, calculus, basically. And I have taken a little bit of queuing theory also as one of my electives.
okay. So
And along with that, we had regression, correlation, and such aspects.
have you heard about L-Hospital's rule?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, so tell us what is that?
Actually, we use this L-Hospital rule when there's when limit extends to infinity by infinity undetermined form. When we get that time, we use the L-Hospital rules where we take the derivative of the
Only
numerator.
this form? You use this rule only in this form?
0 by 0 also.
Okay.
So yeah, this is an indeterminate form, and in order to solve this, we take the differential of the numerator, differentiate the numerator, and then substitute the limit. Like x tends to infinity, you put that value, and then you solve the you try to solve the limit.
So suppose we have this limit.
Huh.
So should we apply L-Hospital rule here?
Yes, because e power 0 is 1, so 1 minus 1, 0 by 0 form we get. So on applying L-Hospital rule, we get e power x divided by 1.
Okay.
Because we take the differentiate the numerator
So
as
what
well
will
as
be the value of the limit?
e power 0 will be 1. 1 will be the answer.
Answer will be 1.
Huh.
Okay. So can you tell me the expansion? There is one expansion also for e to the power x.
Correct. So as far as I remember, I think it's 1 plus 1 by x by 1 factorial, that's x itself, plus x by 2, x square by 2 factorial, plus x cube by 3 factorial, and that's how it goes.
Okay.
2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial.
Okay, okay. Now tell me, you have studied Rolle's theorem.
We have, but I'm not able to recollect the Rolle's theorem, sir.
Okay, okay, no problem. Okay, can you tell me about this? We have a function, say e to the power minus of modulus of x. Do you know modulus function?
It will give you the positive of the number,
So
like
draw the
modulus
graph of this function. E to the power minus modulus of x.
Okay.
Draw the graph.
Draw the graph of the function. Okay. E power x is always positive.
So draw the graph. Show me the graph of this function. E to the power minus modulus of x.
In case if this is how it is, the y-axis and the x-axis, it will lie in the second and the third quadrant, the graph, and e to the power of 0, if I consider, it will be 1. E power 0. If I take the x value as 0, it will be 1. So I feel it will be in this format, sir. This will be 1 because e to the power of because x is, when x is 0, y is 1.
Graph. What is the graph you have drawn?
It will be in the second and the third quadrant. I feel because e power x graph is like this.
So you are drawing it in second and third quadrant. This and this, right? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Because
so according to you, value of this function can be negative also, no? Here.
For negative values, it will be positive only. Wait 1 minute. This is positive and positive. No. Correct. This will be negative. So it will only be in the first quadrant because it can only be positive. This function is only positive.
Only positive.
Yeah, only positive.
So graph was wrong.
Yes, sir. Graph was wrong. It cannot come in the third quadrant.
So can you draw the graph of this function sin square x?
Sin square x.
Okay, leave. Can
Sin
you draw
x
cos
and
x? Can you draw cos x?
Ha.
Karo.
Cos x will be this way.
Hmm.
This will be the cos x graph. Maximum value will be 1 minus 1.
क्या range of cos x is what?
Minus 1 to 1.
Okay. Okay. Suppose we have function fx equal to cos x, right? And x belong to the interval 0 to pi by 4, right? Can you tell me the range of this function now? What is the range?
Cos 45. I'm not too sure, sir. I'm not very sure on this.
Okay. So you have studied differential equations also, no? Okay. So we have x square dx plus y square dy. Okay, equal to 0. Can you solve this differential equation?
Okay. We can use the variable separable method where we can separate the variables.
Okay, so tell me the solution.
So it will be x square dx is equal to minus y square dy, and we integrate on both sides. It will be x cubed by 3 equals minus y cubed by 3 plus c will be the integration constant.
Okay.
So x cube plus y cube by 3 is equal to the integration constant will be the.
Okay, suppose I take 1 equal to 1.
X cube plus y cube by 3.
No, we have this curve, right?
Okay.
Suppose I have taken some value of c.
Okay.
I have taken c equal to 1 by 3. Okay. So we have this curve.
Okay.
Now, can you tell me about symmetry? Can you tell me something about symmetry in this curve? This curve is symmetrical about what?
Okay, this curve is symmetrical.
Any idea about symmetry of this curve?
X square, y square is actually a circle, so it will be symmetric on all axes.
Okay, tell me, is this symmetric about x-axis? Is it symmetric about x-axis?
I don't have an idea on how this curve will look.
Okay, no problem. Do you know ln x, logarithmic function, ln x? So, do you know its integration?
1 by x.
Integration of ln x is 1 by x. And then what is integration of 1 by x?
No, wait. Integration. 1x is equal to 1 by x. Integration and x power minus 1. So x power minus 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 ln x only. This will be no, minus 1 plus 1 by minus 1 plus 1. We cannot do that. 1 by x. Integration of 1 by x is ln x.
And this?
This one, right?
No idea?
E power x. No, e power x is e power x. E power x. I think it's e power x.
Okay, no issue. So now come to probability. Define mutually exclusive events.
Mutually exclusive events.
Yes.
So, mutually exclusive in the sense the occurrence of one event does not depend on the other event. Like, how do I give an example about me staying at home and raining? The probability of me staying at home and the probability of rain is a mutually exclusive event. Like, it's not related to each other.
Why?
The occurrence of one event does not influence the other event.
You are in your home.
I'm continuing to stay in my home. So me stepping out and raining might be related.
If you will go outside, then it will rain. If you will go inside, then it will not rain. What do you
No,
want?
that's what they're not related. Like it doesn't. It is not, one event does not influence the other event. Like it doesn't relate to it.
Okay.
Is what I feel.
Have you studied any? Okay. Do you know random variable? Have you studied random variable?
Yes.
Okay. Define random variable.
Random variable is actually a function which is mapped from the sample space to a mean value. That is, every sample space observation will take up a real value.
Okay. So do you know normal distribution?
Normal curve, the bell curve is what we had.
Can you draw that?
Yeah.
So, okay, suppose I am drawing it here. This is the bell curve.
Yes.
You are talking about this?
Yes, sir.
So, what we put in x-axis here, what does x-axis represent? And what does y-axis represent? In this curve.
So we take it as z, actually. Z is equal to x minus mu by sigma is what's the
horizontal axis, what do you represent?
Since I didn't get, like, it's situation dependent.
What do you represent here on x-axis and what here on y-axis? Tell me. Did you get the question?
But it's situation dependent, like that's how we.
Yeah, so what? Any situation you tell me, what do you represent here? On both the axes, we represent something. If we draw the graph.
Or like we can say a number of employees who are there, and people who are performing well or who are getting a hike or something on the y-axis.
Okay, so tell me one example. Tell me one example which you want to represent on this horizontal axis.
See, horizontal, we will have the number of employees who are there in the firm.
Okay, number of employees in a company. Okay. This you are representing here. Now what on y-axis?
Number of employees in a company, and this will be the hike that they get, like the performance, the income hike, that number of people who are considered for the selection, for the upgrading, like promotions.
Okay, promotions. Okay. So now tell me this point. In this example, what you have taken, what does this point represent?
This is like the maximum number of people who have got promotion in that particular year.
This is maximum number of people. Take some numerical data and tell me then, use this example, justify with some data.
I didn't get it. Like, justify with data in the sense?
Means take some values, numerical values, and then tell me.
Okay. So we say each year these many employees are there in the company, and this is the number of promotions, maximum promotions that the employees have got in a particular year in the company. like the maximum numbers. Like basically the top of the curve is like where all people, the major population is going to be in that part. So that is what is the hike in the curve shows.
Do you know about these two important points on this curve?
This is the rise and the declining point.
What
I'm
we
not-
call them? Any other scientific name? Mathematical
critical
name?
points.
Critical points.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. Madhumita, your interview is over now.
Okay.
So did you get the idea?
I did
What
get
may be
the
there
idea.
in the interview?
Yeah.
So actually, if you tell something, then do you have actual knowledge of that or not? So that interviewer may check sometime.
Okay.
Like I tried to check your conceptual knowledge about this graph. You know the graph. That is okay. But do you know actually the meaning of this graph? What actually each term is representing here?
Okay.
So lack of clarity is there.
Okay.
So read it carefully again. Right? Because you are not able to explain the horizontal axis and vertical axis parameters clearly, confidently.
Okay.
So you have to work on that in every graph, especially normal distribution, Poisson distribution, all these things, right? Because these things are also in your biotech related in biotech also, no? Whenever you are studying on some bacteria. Okay. So there also you may require this knowledge.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay. And sir,
suppose you know COVID, about COVID. So in COVID, there is a virus, na? So when we take a sample of any person, there may be how many coronavirus may be there? Tell me. Hello? Madhumita, are you getting my voice? Hello? Swapnil?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, wait for 2 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so you know about COVID?
yes, sir.
You take sample of one person. Okay, one sample you have taken.
Okay.
So in that sample, there may be a lot of coronavirus. Suppose you take a sample and in this sample, 30 coronavirus are found in one sample of a one person. Right? You take another sample. There you found 38 coronavirus. You take another sample, you found 40 coronavirus, 33 coronavirus, 20 coronavirus, 80 coronavirus, and so on. So what you are considering? You are counting number of coronavirus in a sample, number of coronavirus in a sample. So this number is varying. Here, this is a discrete number actually, because number of coronavirus may be discrete, 1, 2, and so on. Right? So now suppose there is some situation that we are assuming 38.5 also as a number.
Okay.
Okay. In some particular coronavirus is in some particular state, suppose initial stage, we are taking that as half.
Okay.
In very initial stage, you are taking at 10% growth. Okay. So every value you are assuming, suppose.
Okay.
So this is your random variable, number of coronavirus in a sample, right? So
Hmm.
you are representing it here on the x-axis. Now suppose you have taken sample of 1 lakh people. 1 lakh people.
Okay.
So in 1 lakh people, now you checked the number of people, you counted number of people whose samples were having 40 coronavirus.
Okay.
So in this x-axis, we are having all values 0. Okay. And here suppose we have 10, then 20, then 30 and 40. All middle values are also there.
Okay.
Right? So I have not take now random variable is not taking values negative. There is no negative coronavirus. Okay. So now we found that the number of people having 20 coronavirus is 80.
Okay.
Right? So this is the frequency, na?
Correct.
Similarly, number of people having 40 coronavirus is suppose 120. This is the frequency. So you take frequency in the vertical axis. That frequency also represents probability actually. That if there are 20 coronavirus, then how many people or what is the probability? Okay, how many people are having 20 coronavirus?
Okay.
So that height is the probability also. Frequency is also related with probability. So that thing we represent here.
Okay, got it.
Now, if this is normally distributed, if suppose this is normally distributed, in that case, what will happen? Suppose this normal curve is followed. And suppose the mean, this is the mean, it is 60. So average, we have taken different samples. Na? So average of all these is suppose 60. On an average per person, there are 60 coronavirus, suppose.
Okay.
So in normally distributed case, maximum number of people will have 60 coronavirus. So frequency of the 60 is highest.
Higher. Okay.
Okay. So average value has the highest frequency actually. Probability of highest value is highest.
Got it.
Clear?
Okay. And those 2 points that you are asking about?
Inflection point.
Okay. Inflation points.
Their curve is changing concavity.
Okay.
Here concave up, here concave down. Okay, here up, down. So these two are point of inflection. One is mu plus sigma, another is mu minus sigma, and this is mu. Sigma is the standard deviation.
Okay.
Please read this carefully.
Okay, done. Sure.
Now, mutually exclusive event you don't know, so please revise.
Okay.
All the definitions of probability, because I'm not going to tell every definition right now. You have to very wrong definition you provided me. You are not clear about this.
Okay.
Integration of lnx you have to learn yourself. You did not answer this, right?
Yes, sir.
And lnx is a very important function. So symmetry is tough. This question was tough, so no problem if you are not able to answer. But you can know the rules of symmetry also. Okay, you can prepare different rules of finding the symmetry of a curve. This was the correct solution. This differential equation solution was correct. This cosec graph was okay, but very bad thing you did that you just draw this graph like this one. If I remember, something you draw like this one only. So if they are asking some simple graph, draw it properly, na? Level it properly, show it beautiful in beautiful way. If you are getting an easy question, show your full strength in that.
Okay.
Now range of cosecs you did not tell me. So if suppose we are drawing
0
from
to
0 to
1.
pi by 4, so we know that this graph is like this one.
0 to 1.
So this is 0, this is pi by 2. So obviously this is pi by 4. So graph will be this one, na? From 0 to pi by 4, this will be the graph. So range will be what? Minimum value is this, y equal to this, and maximum is this.
Oh, like that. Okay.
So cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2, and maximum value cos 0 is 1. So this is the range.
Okay, okay.
So read everything conceptually. Okay. And this also important graph you don't know. So please learn e to the power x, e to the power minus x, e to the power mod x, e to the power minus mod x. All these graphs you have to prepare.
Okay.
This was okay, this was okay, this was okay.
Okay.
Rows revise.
Okay.
not
Rolle's
answer.
theorem.
Mean
And
value
also-
theorem, Rolle's theorem.
And also, sir, on the whole, what kind of graphs do we learn about, sir? Like,
First
I
of
mean-
all, watch my videos available on the panel. All videos on graph you have to watch.
Okay.
Okay.
All the graphs. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, done, sir.
And last, I have conducted one session on graphs recently. So watch that also. Very, very important session.
That is also there on the uploaded or on YouTube?
Yes, yes, available.
Okay.
Okay, Sapnil.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
1 minute.